Good morning, girls and boys, and happy World Book Day. I am Mr. T, and today I'm going to be reading Mouse Guard, which is a wonderful book about mice and their adventures. Which is why today I'm dressed up as a member of the Mouse Guard. I have my mouse ears, I have my whiskers, and I have my Mouse Guard cloak that they all wear. So I'm going to be reading the first two chapters. This is a graphic novel written by David Peterson. So let's have a read. Make sure you can see the screen because the art in this book is beautiful. And because it's a graphic novel, it's more to do with, it's a bit like a comic. So there's lots to see, but I will be narrating what is going on as well as voicing the characters. So Mouse Guard, Fall 1152. And here's a lovely map of the mouse territories. Here we are. So now we begin. Chapter 1, Belly of the Beast. The mice struggle to live safely and prosper among all the world's harsh conditions and predators. Thus the Mouse Guard was formed. After persevering against a weasel warlord in the Winter War of 1149, the territories are no longer as troubled. True, the day-to-day dangers exist, but no longer are the guards soldiers. Instead, they are escorts, pathfinders, weather watchers, scouts and bodyguards for the mice who live among the territories. Many skills are necessary for the guard to keep the borders safe. They must find new safe ways and paths from village to village, lead shipments of goods from one town to another, and in case of attack, guard against all evil and harm to their territories. Howl all those who are able. Any guard can, any mouse can, any mouse will, but the guard prevail. Let me tell ye about the guard. We mice have little chance in this world, considering all the critters that eat us. We know to build our cities, hidden and protected, deep within rock outcroppings, in tangled root, and beneath loamy soil. We survive. But how do we live? Travel in the open between our towns is dangerous. The guard has been in existence longer than our history. They are the trailblazers, the guides, escorts, and defenders of us. I sell grain from root wallow to barkstone. I know the way and follow the paths I have been shown. That's something falling off my desk. The guard is too necessary in other places to tour this old fur around. I just need to stop for a bit. He has a little nap. Who's there? Chapter 1, Belly of the Beast. And here we are introduced to our three main characters, Liam, Kenzie and Saxon. Gwendolyn said you would brief us once we were on the trail, Kenzie. So tell us, why have three of the guard's finest been dispatched? A mouse, peddling grain, took the path from Root Wallow to Barkstone alone. We need to find the missing grain mouse. Seems he never arrived at his destination. We won't at this rate. It's still quite a way to Barkstone, and no sign of the lost fool yet. We should be pressing on, I agree. But perhaps a view will tell us where to press, eh? See anything up there, Redfur? I see a cart. Liam points towards the overturned grain cart. They are examining the cart. The grain is still here, but no merchant. Could be a carnivore, yet the area is free of blood. We are losing daylight. Can't find him in the dark. We'll camp here tonight. Liam, you have first watch. And the mice sleep in the cart, keeping watch. Liam awakes. Saxon, Kenzie! Saxon found some grain over this way, and a path leading that way. And they see a short path towards a hole. I think you might be able to guess what creature is in the woods. The snake slithers and coils its way around the three mice. Ha! Saxon swings his longsword and takes off one of the snake's teeth. I can't hold it. We need to retreat, Kenzie says, thumping it on the head with his quarterstaff. There! Run! The mice scamper into a tree. We'll wait for it to leave and get the drop on it later. We could have killed it then. Have you lost your minds? There's no way we could have defeated that beast. Not now. Or later. Liam's a bit scared. You forget, in Lockhaven there is a saying carved into the wall. It matters not what you fight, but what you fight for. Is it still there, Sax? No sign of it anywhere. Aye, and we have a grain merchant to find. Those holes are where the path of grain led. The missing mouse? No. Offspring. No, Saxon, wait for me. Liam, keep lookout. And the mice destroy the snake's eggs, while Liam keeps watch. But then he sees, the straw hat of the grain mice. He looks in the hole, turns around, and finds himself face by face with the snake. Liam remembers the words on the wall. It's not what you fight, it's what you fight for. And as the snake goes to bite him, Liam manages to stick his sword straight up and into the snake, killing it. Did you hear something? Thud. The snake with Liam in its mouth has fallen dead. Hang on, Liam. We turn around and you're inside a snake. We found our missing merchant, they say, after slicing open the snake's stomach. They leave behind a small grave of the grain mice. Did Rand ever kill a snake? No, but he has saved your life more than once. Shouldn't we have buried him elsewhere? What of his widow? Are we not headed to inform her? No, we are headed to Barkstone. Why? Our missing mouse was a traitor. I found proof while searching the grain. Didn't tell you about it because I knew Saxon would have killed him if we found him alive. And I want to find out who he was giving our secrets to. And he opens up a map of Lockhaven, the home of the Mouse Guard. And I think I have enough time to read chapter 2. So why don't we read chapter 2? Shadows Within. While Saxon, Kenzie and Liam were tracking the path of the grain merchant, Gwendolyn, head of the Mouse Guard, sent word to Sadie. Sadie, who once watched the shoreline region of the Mouse Territories, has been asked to make contact with another missing mouse, Guard member Conrad. There has been no outgoing communication from his shoreline dwelling, Calogero, and the guard fear the worst. Send any mouse to do the job, it may or may not be done. Ask the guard to do the task. Even death cannot prevent it from completion. Word from Gwendolyn, Sadie says, reading the letter. Sadie, please travel to the northern shore post Calogero. Station there is Conrad, but we have received no communication from him for over a season. Signed, Gwendolyn. Sadie sets off in her little leaf boat to the northern shore. The northern shore, she says. She opens up the postbox. All of the guard's messages unread. These can't be Conrad's. no peg-led, she says, looking at paw prints. They lead away from Caragero. And there's a little mouse house. It looks abandoned. This is the right place. Thump. A wooden peg leg is on the floor, and before Sadie knows it, Conrad is behind her. Speak if you wish to keep your life. I am Sadie of the Guard. Gwendolen sent me to find you. I order you to stand down. Gwendolen, eh? She must already know about the traitor. Traitor? I would recognise the voice. Had to make sure ye weren't the traitor. And with that, Conrad collapses. You are out for a few hours. Some soup will be good for you. Then you can tell me about this traitor. About a season ago, I began to suspect something. Like some mice were here when I wasn't. I tucked myself away. 2 mice came to Calogero. A small merchant mouse who pledged his services to another, whom I could never see. The other mouse was always in shadows. They spoke of the dead. I wanted to know more about their plans before I would abandon my hiding spot. Until one day, the merchant was offered a map. I tried to follow, but when you approached, I didn't know if you might be the unseen mouse. So I had you speak, see if I could recognise the voice. Oh, apologies. The mouse said in the shadow, Lockhaven, the map of Lockhaven. We leave for Lockhaven at first light, says Sadie, as her and Conrad get some sleep. Conrad, it's mid-morning, and Calogero is still dark. Something is blocking the windows. And the doors. Oh, and the doors, said Conrad. They look outside and find that crabs are all over Calogero. The crab rips off the door. There is another way out. We need to get to Lockhaven. I don't think they will let us. I don't know, Conrad's accent keeps going all over the place. And with that, Conrad is able to dispose of 2 of the crabs. Sadie throws one of her daggers, and the crab watches it. Tricked you, she says, stabbing the crab with her other dagger. Ah, it's stuck. Huh? What? No. She's thrown by the crab. I got him! Run, Sadie, run! Take what you know to Lockhaven. Sadie, run! Tell Gwendolen. And with that, Conrad is overrun by the crabs. Goodbye, brave friend, Sadie says, as she runs away in tears. And that is the end of chapter 2. And in chapter 3, our little preface, we can see Kenzie and Saxon having a fight. And I'm going to leave it there because this next chapter is quite a long one. So, I hope you enjoyed the first 2 chapters of the first graphic novel of The Mouse Guard. It's a really fantastic book series. And there are many, many more. And they go on many, many more adventures. Kenzie and Liam and Saxon. And you do find out who is the traitor, what their plans are. So, for now, I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing the first 2 chapters of the book. I hope you're having a fantastic World Book Day. And I hope you have been watching many other books as well. Goodbye.